Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers? Trigger Tickle here, back again with another YouTube video. So, in this one, my last video, I got really freaking lucky on the exclusive stone rotation, and I pulled a Verdehile, and I've been testing them out.
Excuse me a moment, I got an itch.
Sorry. I pulled him, and I've been testing him out in different types of Dragons comps. So, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some advice on him. So, Verdehile, one of the main, pretty much the main place that you're going to use him is dungeons. You can use him for Tower of Ascension. He's pretty good on that. In fact, he's really good on that. You can use him in arena and guild battles. I haven't really got into using him there. I know a lot of people do use him for it. I don't personally think he's the best for arena. I think there's better monsters for him. I'm not really going to talk about arena and guild battles, though. We're going to stick primarily to dragons. So let's just get into this. So if you don't know who Verdehile is, we'll go over that real quick. He is labeled as attack, but he's probably one of the best support monsters in the game. He can give you an insane turn advantage due to his skills. So first skill here, attacks 2 times with a vampire bat and recovers HP 30%, blah blah blah, inflicted damage. So essentially attacks twice and it recovers by 30% of your HP for... No, it recovers 30% of the damage done. That's what I meant. Idiot. So, second skill. Strikes a blow to surprise attack. Ooh, sneaky. The attack receives a 30% critical rate bonus. And what he's really known for, though, is upon awakening, he gets this nice little skill right here. So, all of your critical hits increase the attack bars of all of your team by 20%. So yes, that does mean that since his first skill here hits twice, bam bam, each one does 20% of your attack bar. So that's 40% attack bar increase. And leader skill increases the attack speed of ally monsters in the dungeons by 28%. So if you read around a bit on Verdehile, as far as skill ups are concerned, and I am one that actually agrees with this, you do not want to max this second skill because it's one attack. So that's only going to increase your team by 20%. Will it be able to do more? He can do more damage? Sure, but that's not what he's there for. He's there to increase your team's turn advantage. So if you max skill this, it's going to reduce it down to 2 turns. So he's not going to be using this skill as much. So over the long haul, you're actually going to get less of a turn advantage. So if you want to skill him up, if you have some extra like vampires lying around, that's cool. To put it into his first skill, go for it. Just remember, as soon as this skill right here hits level 4, stop skilling him up. No matter what that's on, just stop doing it because it's not worth the extra damage to basically weaken him, in my opinion. So, what are the main stats that you want for him? Well, obviously you want to get 100% crit rate. And why is mine not 100% crit rate? I must have taken a rune off. Anywho. Oh yeah, that's because I still have to... No. Weird. Anywho. Besides the matter. So, I need to take out a rune on him because I did have him at 100%. And that's... well, we're going to talk about it now. So, you want him to be 100% crit rate. And just like right here, 97, that might seem like it's high enough, but I tell you right now, eventually, sometime he's going to miss a crit. And when that happens, you're going to lose a massive turn advantage, and that could actually decide the game, or the run for you, depending on how well runed the rest of your monsters are. Now, if you have a really well runed team, it's not going to be that big of an issue, but you're going to notice it. So get him to 100% crit rate, that way each one of his attacks always crits, and that way it's consistently increasing your team's attack bar. The second thing that you want to go for attribute wise would be speed. He is nowhere near the speed that I want him at, so he basically has 150 speed. I'm rounding, deal with it, maths. So he basically has 150 speed. Preferably, I feel like you want to get him, if you're going to go by the way, you can rune him with Swift. If you're gonna go with Swift, you want him to be at least 170, preferably a lot higher than that, and it shouldn't be that hard to do with the Swift set. Violent you can do. He does work with this speed on Violent, but my team composition that I have with him, where it's a lot faster than my normal one, it still only has about a 75% success rate. Of course, that is because my other monster that I'm using with that, and we'll get to the team setup here in a second, but the reason why is because my other monsters don't have that great of runes on them either. So yeah, he needs, I would say around 170 on Violent would be preferable, and Swift you probably want 170 minimum, and try to shoot for higher than that, like around 190. And then we're going to jump back to speed here in a second, but we're going to go on to the next stat that's probably the most important would be HP. You can go with attack, so I would say speed, crit rate, HP. You can go speed, crit rate, attack if you have a very speedy comp, but that's late game, and we're going to get to that in a second. So those would be the 3 most important attributes for him. So how does progression work? So if you just get a Verdehile, probably the first thing you're going to put him on Swift, because you're doing a lot of giants and you're starting to transition into dragons. I don't suggest using him for a straight to boss immediate team. You can do it, but just remember, if you're going to do that, you're going to have really good runes on your other monsters. So doing just a straight to face, straight to dragon, you ignore the towers, you're going to have a really well runed team. It's going to be rune intensive. So if you can pull that off with Swift runes and the runes you're pulling from giants, hey, go for it. I wasn't able to do so. I know a lot of other people out there aren't able to. So you might have to start running dragons in order to get the runes for him. So that's if you're just starting out. And remember, I would go with like 190 or as close to 200 as you can get with Swift if you're able to do that. The next set you're going to transition him to is going to be Violent. I do not recommend doing Revenge. I did Revenge because that rune right there. Man, I did take out a rune that had 19% crit rate. That's the one I should. Okay, anywho. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend Revenge on him because Revenge gives you a 15% chance to counterattack, and there was another YouTuber out there I watched a while back that said the same damn thing. I forget what his name was, but a 15% chance to counterattack. For one, you don't want to get attacked. You want him to have some HP capabilities, that way if he does take an attack, he's not going to die immediately. But the thing is, you want to be able to outspeed dragons so quickly that the enemy's they're crowd controlled or they're just not able to attack you. So if you have Revenge on him and that off chance that he's going to be able to counterattack, I mean, it's kind of a waste. I mean, you might be able to get a counterattack in like once or twice, maybe in one run, or every other run, and it's not worth it. So what I would suggest is the second transition would be probably Violent Blade's really good. That's a good choice because it's really hard to get some of the substats for crit rate and speed and HP. So Blade set will definitely help you out a bit there. So that would be the next transition for it. And then the third transition, you're actually going to come full circle and go back to Swift, I would think. Because if you have some really good runes, and you can get them up to like say 220 speed wise, and you have like say if you're running like the burying like comp where he had, I think it was Verdehile. Did he have? No, he had Verdehile. It was Spectra. He had a Tark, and then who else did he have? Shit, let's go here. Oh yeah, that's it. So it was Verdehile, Spectra, he had a Galleon, and then he had a Tark and a Verdehile. So when you start getting into that late game composition, and your other monsters get massively good runes, then you can start doing, you would want to switch back to Swift because you want him to go super fast, as quickly as possible. And at that point, the extra turn isn't really going to help, because chances are the rest of your team are already fast enough to the point where when Verdehile goes, and when he uses his first skill, he's filling up the rest of your team's attack bar. If he violent procs, it's not going to help you because chances are that first attack is all he needs to get the rest of your team already back up to full attack bar. So if he violent procs, it's just going to be wasted attack bar boost. So Yeah, that's what I would think. Very late game, when you have like a really good speed team going with really good runes, then I would switch back to Swift. And this is talking again, like I said, this isn't accounting for Arena or Guild Wars. You can use the same composition that you have for your dragons for TOA, and you'll help that team out a lot. So I'm going to go show you a team here that uses him. It's a direct to boss, and let's pray that it works, because like I said, the monsters I'm using do not have that great of runes. I definitely need to work on them. Once I get them up to par, they should work. And then you and you. And who else do I use? I use Megan? I've used like 3 or 4 different types of... Oh yeah, I'm going to talk on that. That team right there is actually really good. Again, Bernard needs to be a 6-star. I've tried it with this. It's pulled it off, just barely, but it has worked. Bernard does need to have a little bit better runes. He needs to have a little bit more speed, and if you 6-star him, he should be able to. He should be good. So he doesn't have the best runes. He has some pretty shitty runes on him right now, but at 5-star, he's still able to take some hits and freaking dragons, B10. So that might be one thing you want to think of if you have Bernard, or not Bernard, but Verdehile. If you're lucky enough to pull him, try using that comp. Yeah, that one definitely works. Another comp that I've used, I don't like using this one. It does work, but Turbulence, I've noticed it actually will hinder you, because it'll take the dragon's attack bar down to 0, and it gives the right tower time to pop up immunity on him, and not my favorite. Hold on, text. Okay, back to that. So, yeah, I would not suggest using him for a speed team, because it's going to hurt your team's attack, their attack sequence. And with Verdehile, it's really gonna fuck things up for you. This team does work. It's a little bit slower, again, because Spectra and Water Chicken, what's his freaking name? Sigmar. They don't have the best runes on them. Well, Sigmar actually does, but Spectra doesn't. So, I actually personally would like this team, because that's double buff removal, and you have 2 nukers, and you have an attack bar booster. So, as long as you, again, it's really rune intensive. So just remember that if you're going to use that comp. We're going to use this one because that's just what we're going to do. And like I said, if it fails, I told you, I warned you ahead of time, they don't have the best runes, but I'm going to show you, because they can make it to boss, I think, I hope. We'll probably shouldn't have said that. Alright, here goes. Okay, so while this is going on, I'm also going to talk about Verdehile's speed tuning. So when you're doing this, you want Verdehile to be super fast, but you do not want him to be faster than the slowest member of your group most of the time. There are exceptions. What do I mean by that? So let's say Verdehile is, let's say like Veramos is 200 speed, and Spectre is 200 speed, and Bella's 200 speed, and we're not going to worry about Water Chicken because he's a nuker. So let's just say Bella, Spectra, and Veramos are 200 speed. You do not want Verdehile to be fat 201 speed. Why? Because what happens is he goes, oh, he's using his first attack, but it's not filling up anybody's attack bar because they're already full. So you want him to go after Bella, Vero, and Spectra go, because then he's refilling their attack bar since they've already went. So I mean, that's kind of common sense, but I mean, I didn't think about it when I got him. Or I mean, not when I got him, but when I was looking into what's his name? I'm just blanking. Verdehile. So yeah, I really didn't think about speed tuning when I first started Dragons, but when you start getting into it and you're making like speed teams, speed comps, yeah, speed tuning is definitely helpful. Or not helpful, it's required almost. Especially with some of the really fast teams, which I haven't gotten to yet, but from what I've seen, yeah, speed tuning, it's up there. So as you can see, they need to be faster. Spectra needs to have more accuracy and crit rate. Maybe just a touch more HP. HP's not really that... You need to survive a hit or two, but you don't need to be tanky because this is quick. You want to be fast, like a rogue, sneaky. Or just damn powerful and you hit fast. So, I'm going to pause this real quick. So Spectre, obviously you want it here to help slow down the towers, so that's why it's connected. I know we're talking about Verdehile here, but we're here, so let's just talk about this too. So Spectre is helping you slow down the towers. So reduces the towers, slows down the dragon, gives you more of a turn advantage right there. His second skill does massive damage to the boss, and then we're going to go on to Sigmaris, does the same thing. So you got 2 nukers there. One of your nukers is able to slow and attack bar reduction. So that right there is amazing. And then Verdehile is giving the 28% leader skill to speed, speeding everybody up to insane levels, giving you that turn advantage, which is normal passive. And that way, if you get any dots on you, Veramos can clean them off just like that. So you don't even have to worry about the tower. So this is, I would say, probably about your mid game, not mid game, but like mid like dragons runs wise. So like once you get your first team going, you're going to transition to something a little bit faster, not super fast, because this still has a little bit of survivability aspect to it when you're using Veramos. It's not like a straight just, let's just nuke the shit out of everything, because you need really godly-like runes to do that. So this is going to be like your middle-of-the-road type approach. So, alright. And like I said, if this fails, I warned you. And then yeah, so there you go. See, clean it off. You don't even have to worry about it. You're getting such a turn advantage here. It's just great. It is awesome. And I don't even... Yeah, the right tower hasn't even gone yet, and he's already at half speed. So, or not half speed, but half life. So yeah, this will actually work. So yeah, this will be one of the ones. Like I said, it does have a 75% success rate. And the timer is going to be off on here, but the time on this is roughly about 210, I think. So it's not like a crazy like 48-second speed. You need crazy runes and playing for a long time to get that, but it'll still get you down. It'll cut you down some, and I mean, I have some trouble with it. So like 243, that was the fastest for that. No, it wasn't. Was it? Yeah, I think 243 was the fastest for that one. So yeah, that gives you some ideas there. So that's how I would use Veramos. Yeah, I might keep that. He also works great, like I said. I'm sorry. We're good. We're good. We're good. So, yeah, that you can use him like that suggestion I gave you there. He'll work really great for Tower of Ascension. Also, you can do attack. I don't suggest it. Like I said, if you're going to go attack with him, that's going to be for a really speedy comp, and you have to be... You can't rely on just Verdehile for that if you're going to go with like attack on 6, because you have to rely on the rest of your group's synergy in order to work with him. But you can do it. So if you got some really good runes, you want to slap an attack percent onto slot 6, it'll definitely speed up your runs because he's going to be doing a lot more damage. Every attack he's doing is going to be a crit, so that's awesome right there. So that's it on this one. I have been asked several times to do some reviews on some of the other monsters I have, which I will probably do that in the next video. Not sure who I'm going to do. Might do Ritesh or maybe Ethna. So stick around, see the next one. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's it. Trigger Tickle out.